So if anybody doesn't want to be recorded, now is the time to go. All right, let's jump right into Canvas. I'm excited. Sorry, it's going to take me just 1 second to reconfigure my screens. Go ahead and share again, and with any luck, you'll be able to see my screen now. Do you see my Canvas dashboard?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So one of the nice things about Canvas is that when you land on the home page, you already are loaded with notifications. I just logged in and I can already see notifications on the right-hand side about what's coming up. I can see, if I'm a student, I can see feedback. And then if I scroll through, these are unpublished courses, but I can see that I have 26 announcements on this course. If I had students in these courses, I would also see notifications down here for announcements, for assignments, for discussions, and for files. So they all get that little notification just like you have on your cell phone, which is a good thing. So to set the stage, there are some important things to know about notifications, right? The user determines the frequency of their own notifications. They set up how they get notifications and when they get them, how often they get them. That's all up to the individual user. We can't set it as teachers. So the best thing you can do is really hammer home to your students that it's in their best interest to keep some notifications on by default. It's fine if they want to. I get annoyed by the pings from all the discussions when it notifies me, so I turn those off on my personal preference, but I do have a weekly digest that shows up so that I can, or a daily digest rather, so that I can just look at that. I'll show you how to set that up too. So the users determine the frequency of the notification. They also determine how they get their notifications. So whether they choose to get it through the app, email addresses, push notifications, whatever, they pick that as well. You can customize it at any time, and you can absolutely reinforce what you're doing or what the students should be doing. So some of the, let's jump right into how to change your notifications, right? We talked a lot about the calendar yesterday, so I won't go there, but I will go to my account here. And you can see that there's a notifications tab right here, and there's also a settings tab right here. So let's go ahead and click on notifications. And this gives me all of the notifications. Notice that it tells you that account level notifications apply to all courses. So notifications for individual courses can be changed within the course, and that will override the account level notifications. So it depends on how you want it depends on what you set up. And then it does give you a FERPA warning just to make sure that you're aware that sometimes notifications contain confidential information. So if you receive them at your personal email, you have to be very careful about who has access to that. So you can scroll down and look at all the different areas where you can get notifications, course activities, right? And discussions, and then conversations. They tend to group these in a pretty straightforward and clear manner. And then it just comes down over here. You can decide whether you want to have a weekly summary, whether you want to notify immediately, whether you want a daily summary. By the way, notifying immediately is not instantaneously. Yeah, there is a delay built in case you change your mind. So if you send something out to a student and then decide, oh, I didn't mean to send that, even if the student has it set to notify immediately, there's still a 2-minute delay on some things, a 10-minute delay on other things. I can show you the different delays later. But there is that little buffer in there in case you get hung up and change your mind. You can notify daily, weekly, or you can turn off your notifications entirely. And each of those has a different icon. In terms of SMS, I haven't had much luck with SMS. It's a bit finicky. I haven't been able to set up my phone number yet. I don't know, Laura and Bronca, have you guys done the SMS successfully?
I have not.
Okay, so it's a known issue, and I think they're working on it, but it's okay because there's so many other ways to get in touch with people. So as I scroll down through, I would just decide as a faculty member, I would just decide what announcements I want to get and how often. And that's really all there is to that. If you're a teacher, you don't really need to have the grading turned on. If you're a student, you do. And you can determine whether or not you want to include the scores or not. Right? So that's the notifications page. Let's jump on to the settings page too, though. Because this is where you set the ways in which you want to be contacted. I think Micah went through this yesterday, but I'll just review it real quick. So different ways to contact on the right-hand side of the screen here. You have your default email is Rush by definition. That's in the system no matter what. You can also add a personal email, right? So you could put in, I could put in my Gmail account. If I could type it, and it would register my email. It would then, I'm not actually going to do it because I really don't need another thing going to my personal email account. But what's interesting is that you can set up your personal email and then have that forward to another email. It's at the end of the cycle. You can send things you can forward things as many times as you want. You can also set up your if it works for you, you can set up your your cell phone number in the text, right? You just put in your cell phone number, put in your carrier, right? And then put in it'll automatically populate the SMS email. It'll register your email and then it'll try to send you a code. I just never got my code. So that's why I didn't get there. In any case, going back to some of the things about announcements, the notification defaults, I'm going to switch back to PowerPoint here for just 1 second. Sorry, I hope I'm not making anybody dizzy, because there's a fun little graphic that I did. So with notification types, like I said, everybody sets their own preferences. There are some defaults though. So within Canvas, that's where you're going to access things that are built into Canvas. So your to-do list is in Canvas, your calendar is in Canvas, and like I said, there's that little notification number like on your cell phone. Email, your default email is Rush. You can add as many as you like. And then when it comes to the apps, that might not be your best choice. So some of those defaults for right away, Canvas is set up to send global announcements, course announcements, grading, course invitations get sent right away. Notifications that your recording is ready get sent right away. Appointment signups get sent right away, right? So if you set up assignments, or if you set up appointments for your students and it's a sign up sheet, they get notified right away that appointment has been accepted or not. Your daily summaries are things that are defaulted to daily summaries are things like alerts, link errors. That's one thing about Canvas that you may or may not have known, that it automatically will find link errors for you, which is a beautiful thing. It'll set up daily summary will automatically default to late grading, to submission comments, to discussion posts, and to group information. For a weekly summary, it's automatically defaulted to, no, there isn't actually anything set up for a weekly summary. That was just me. If you're getting overwhelmed with pings, you can set up some of these things to be weekly, or just turn them off, right? If you'd only care about it once a week, why do you care about it at all? And then of course, some things are turned off. They don't send a notification at all. You can change any of those things, again, by going to that notifications settings page. Now, some of the limitations or the delays that I was talking about, they have an automatic delay built in. So when it comes to an assignment being changed, for example, it'll be a 30-minute delay. So you have 30 minutes from the time that you change that to say, oh no, I didn't really want to change it. You change it back and it won't send the announcement. You can also choose to notify students when you make a change in Canvas. You can choose to alert users to the change. So that's something else to keep in mind. Automatic grading is delayed by 15 minutes. That's in case you put in an A when you really meant to put in an F. Manually graded submissions, you have a 60-minute delay, again, so that you have time to make a change if you want to. So these delays are, they're all different, which is kind of weird, but it's nice to know. And I do have a page that has all of the delays listed on them. Let's go back to Canvas. And let's look at those notifications, that notifications page again. We'll go through some of those.
So Peg, if you change it right away, then it will make the correct statement that you wanted. But if you wanted to totally delete it, is there a button that you push to say, stop it totally?
To stop the notification?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking, I honestly I don't know. I don't think it will send it. I don't think it will send it unless the change stays. Bronca, do you know by chance?
There is no button like to stop a notification, like if you change your mind.
Yeah.
That notification will go through though. There's no way to really stop it.
But I think it probably, I'm gonna have to, I will look that up for you. Honestly, I have to look that up. But let me make a note and I'll double check on that, because that delay, it's a nice feature, but yeah, if they're gonna get it, you don't want to cause confusion if they get it. So let me actually
the
look at
nice
that.
thing about the delay is that, let's say you send it and you're like, oh, okay, I shouldn't have sent it. Then you can resend another notification and I'll get it, pretty much simultaneously.
Oh, saying, ignore the first one or something. Okay.
Right. In our ideal world, you don't want to change things like 6 times and send it. And that's when students that's when they just turn off their notifications altogether because they get frustrated.
Yeah.
So, so some of the things that you can change here are the due dates will send notifications, grading policies, course content changes, files, announcements created by you. So global announcements or announcements created by you. Grading, we talked about. Invitations, all submissions. This is for instructor and admin only. So it'll let you know that it's been submitted or resubmitted. Late grading. So if you have something that's late, submission comments. I like getting notifications that I've gotten comments on my submissions. That's because that's more, to me, that's one of the best things about Canvas too, especially with having so many ways to record feedback. Knowing that there's something worth going into the platform to get is huge for me. Submission content, blueprint sync. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. There are some things that I too am still learning. It gives you notifications about discussion posts. You can see where if you had notifications set to immediate on all of these things, your email would be blowing up, right? So definitely not an ideal. You don't want everything set to immediate for sure. So all of your conversations, let's talk about the email box a little bit too. I'll get there in a second, but remind me to go back to the email box. So you can, all of your scheduling will send a notification. All your group membership will send a notification whether or not it was accepted or rejected. If you're recording something, it will show that a recording is ready. And then of course you get, I'll get administrative notifications. You'll get notifications, administrative notifications like course enrollment reports that are generated, et cetera.
Hey, Peg, sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt. Are we supposed to be seeing your full screen of your PowerPoint?
No, you're supposed to be seeing my actual screen.
Okay, Alana just posted in the chat. I just wanted to make sure we're looking at the right thing.
There we go.
Can you see it now?
There we go. Yep, thank you.
I hate it when I do that. I was sure that I had share screen. I apologize for that. Anyway, to get there, this is under that notifications tab. So let me go back to the beginning where I was so you can see the clicks, because that's the important thing. I just clicked on my account name and then clicked on notifications. And this is where you set all of those settings and how often you want to receive them. I apologize for that. So when it comes to how does it look when I get these things, you have your inbox is here, right? So you'll get the notifications. You can get your notifications in your inbox. You'll get them in your rush email if you choose to. You get them in your personal email if you choose to. And I don't have any conversations to show you, but what's nice about the inbox is that you can look at all courses. You can look at your favorite courses, right? You can filter it like you can any email box with unread, starred, sent, archived, and submission comments. So that's super helpful if you want to, if a student's coming at you and saying, well, how come I got this grade? You can actually say, how many, I mean, I wouldn't be able to remember what I actually wrote. So by having it come into my email box, I can just come in here and look up the student and say, oh, right, I probably shouldn't have said that to them. But you can click on your submission comments to write an email. You just click, it's just like any other email server, right? You select the course that you want to send somebody an email into. So I'll go into, I don't think I have any people in any of these courses. Let's try this one. So that's the course name, and I'm going to send it to, let's see, I don't remember the student's name. Who did I want to send it to? Oh, there's no people. Let me find a course with some people in it, maybe. Do we have any courses with people in it?
Peg, you can start typing in a name.
I know, I was hoping to show them how you can just select so here is where I can go with, I can type in the name, right? I can send my email to all. I can send my email to teachers, and then I can select the teachers that I want. Or if I click the back button, I can select my students, and I can go through and I can select the students that I want to send it to. So that's kind of cool too, because if you can't remember the name, it's a good reminder. And you can always go back. There's 33 people in the course. So if I didn't want to send it to all of them, I could just select, if I'm not mistaken, I can select multiple people, right? Now, obviously I don't want to send them anything because I don't really, so I'm just going to take them out of there. I'll send something to me. And then I just type in my subject. If I want to send an individual message to each recipient, I can do that so that I'm not copying all students. When I send a message that says, hey, you guys, you really should be working on your course more. I don't want to call anybody out, but I want to, I want them all to get the message. So I just type my email. I can send it. I can do attachments on my email. And then the beautiful thing the thing that I love most about Canvas ever is that I can record an audio. Oh, and you see a window into my daughter's bedroom. Sorry. Can you guys see the recording screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I would just, if I wanted to do an audio only, I could just do mic. If I wanted to do a webcam, I could do webcam. And then I can just click on, and it would ask me which webcam do I want? And it would ask me which microphone do I want? Because I have several. And then I would just click start recording. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, you did an awesome job with the assignments, but you forgot to attach your bibliographies. Make sure you go back in and resubmit those so that I can give you full credit. And then it allows me to review it. And then I can start over if I hated it, which I usually do at least 3 times. And then I can click save and I can title it, oh, by the way, which is nice. So if I decide, I think I can I change the title? Maybe not. It's not letting me save. So I save it. And then once I save it, it'll send. I would click, it would save it into this body of the email, and then I would click send, and it would send out to the people that I've selected above. So how cool is that?
Cool.
That's
I like
actually
that.
really cool because I'm just thinking about like this is Elena Weisberg, by the way, from the graduate.
Yeah.
College. I think a video can maybe convey like a tone that an email can't, especially if it's like the seriousness of an exam or an assignment. And I just feel like, I think just face to face, you're a lot more affected by, like seeing someone speak as opposed to reading their email. So I think
100%. And that's the beauty of that. I love that Canvas integrates this video component everywhere that you might want to reach out to a student and say, come on, guys, let's go. Or yay, you really did an awesome job. That was so cool. How can we effectively communicate how excited we are for them if it's behind a screen, right? So, and that's why I really encourage people, use your face, use your voice. Yes, it's recorded. Yes, it's on a camera, but at least you're using, that the same kinds of facial body language, tone of voice, etc.
So I
Peg.
actually have a quick question. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Peg,
Yeah.
if they get this on their Outlook, will they be able to see the video also?
Yes.
The email. Oh, so that's so cool.
Yeah. What it will do is it will send a notification that they have an email, and then when they click on that, it'll bring them right to the email.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And it'll go right to their email, and better yet, it'll go right to the app. I mean, let me just stop sharing for a second. We all walk around with these things in our hands constantly. People are glued to them. So if you're getting pings on your phone, oh, you just got submission comments on your phone or on your project. Oh, you just got an email from your instructor. Oh, you just got, whatever. It's going to engage them more because they're going to look at it. So definitely encourage your students to download the app. They can go to the App Store, the Google Store, the Android Store, the Apple Store. They all have the app. And there's 3 different apps, by the way. There's an app for students, an app for the teacher, and then of course, K through 12, they have an app for the parents as well. So, and they are highly rated. I looked at the ratings for the in the iTunes store, and it's 4.8 out of 5. You never get an app with a rating like that. And somebody's asking if you can create groups in a course in Canvas where you can email that group specifically. Yes, you can. I'm not all that comfortable with groups. Let me just go back to my Canvas course. Let me go into a course. Let's go into my sandbox course so I don't screw anything up. So I would want to, if I wanted to send to a group of students, I would probably just go into the inbox feature and just select the students I wanted to send to. If you're going to do groups, Veronica, I'm glad you're on the call because I don't remember how to do groups in Canvas.
You have to go to the People tab.
That's right. Thank you.
Yeah, and there's a file tabs up top. Yeah.
So once you set up your groups, you can create a group set. Sorry, I haven't. Did you see my cat?
Yes.
She's 15 years old and loves to nestle right here in my.
Of course.
So I apologize for that.
Funny.
So anyway, to set up a group, you would just click a group set, give it a name. And I like to make these names, fun, like, lemon lollipops. And
Can you share your screen?
again, with the share screen. Thank you.
Sure.
It's early morning. Not enough coffee. So again, let me back up again. So here I am on my home tab. I'm in my course. I go to the people page. And this is everyone in my class. And then actually, let me go to a different class, a class with people in it. Let's go to the, let's see. Was it this one that had people or was it this one? I don't know if they'll let me do it in this one. Oh, and this is another notification feature I wanted to cover. If you notice, when I first visit a class for the first time, it automatically sends me these fun little quick tips. So, and I can suppress them obviously if I want to when I'm done, but if I choose not to watch the tutorial, it'll ask me to come back later. So let me go into my people. And this one does have a lot of people. That's awesome. So I could set up groups here. And I could say, group A. And you can allow for self sign up, which is nice. You can it would require members to be in the same section or not, right? And I also love that they have these handy little question marks. So if you're not really sure what something does, you can click on the handy question mark, it'll tell you. The other place to go, as we talked about yesterday, was the Canvas guides are just amazing. You can set up your structure where you can set up split groups into however many groups, or split students into groups with however many people in them, or you can just have them self-sign up. So let's just do, we'll split students into 3 groups. And again, I don't actually want to do it because I don't want to screw around with people's lives and send them notifications that they've gotten into a group. That would probably freak people out. The other nice thing that Canvas does is they prompt you to create a leader. Right. And what that does is that if you have a group leader, that you can assign responsibilities to that group leader. And you can vary it up. It's not the same person all the time as a leader, but what that does is it gives some accountability to the group. So you can say, you know, John, your group is going to do this, and you can assign whatever responsibilities you want to that. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
We're going to have workshops next week regarding groups specifically and how to manage groups. I believe the first one's on next Friday. So if you're really interested in those groups, I would definitely attend.
Definitely.
Workshops on groups.
And the other thing, when we go back to the inbox, once you have groups set up, that's something else to note. So once you've selected your course, right? You'll have this to button. Not only will you have, you know, students and teachers, it'll also prompt you if you know, do you want to email group A or group B or group C? And then you just select the group that you want to email. And then you still have the option to send an individual email to each recipient within that group. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think that'll be really helpful with our thesis research course that we're piloting. Some students, it's their first semester taking thesis research, and so they have specific assignments for them. And so it would be helpful to be able to just email that group of students who it's their first semester, you know, reminders about assignments or things like that. And then others who are graduating and have to know about how to defend their thesis and how to sign up and things like that. I can create a group for them and send communications very specific to them.
Right. Customizable. It's the name of the game with Canvas. Everything is customizable, and yet it's all clear. Like, you know, it just makes sense somehow. I don't know what it is about Canvas, but it's intuitive for sure, and it just makes sense the reasons behind what they do. Sometimes you don't even know why, but it just works. I want to be respectful of time. It's 9:31. It was really a super brief overview, but I'm going to send all this information will be posted. I'm available for questions at any point. If you want to stay and hang out and ask questions, we can do that too. I think the next open lab we have, I don't have my schedule pulled up, unfortunately. I forgot to pull that up. Oh, wait, I do have my schedule pulled up. The next thing that we have is today at 1. Laura is doing a workshop on the syllabus and the course calendar.
Yep.
So that will be our next, and then we have an open lab hour this afternoon. So if you go through the meetings today and then you go away for a couple of hours and you're thinking about things and you want to come back and ask questions about anything that you've seen thus far, we have an open lab hour today at 4 p.m. So you can just pop in and use the same Zoom link, and we'll just be hanging out here, ready to answer questions and show you fun stuff about Canvas.
Awesome.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. I hope you guys are as excited as we are, because it's going to be fun.
Thank you.
Were there other questions? Were there other questions before we close out?
Yeah, I have one question. It's Marcia.
Of course. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I had some surgery, so my voice is like terrible, but I hope you can understand me.
Mhm.
So the when you have your courses and it's on publish at the very first, you know, where you see publish with all the classes, is that automatically put there when you are assigned the classes, or do you have to go find them and put them there? Those.
Once it's published, you can actually sort how your courses look.
Yeah, but like registrar's office or somebody puts them in here for us so we know. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's my, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Once we have, just like in Blackboard, the registrars are going to create the courses and they're going to funnel them in, and they'll just auto populate in in Canvas as unpublished courses. You'll go in, you'll make the make the adjustments that you want to make. You'll change your dates. You'll put in new pictures, check your links, blah, blah, blah. And then when you're ready, you'll publish the course.
Okay.
And to do,
That makes sense.
it's just as simple as clicking publish.
And so do they keep them there like the semester before? Remember how on our courses that we see all of them, like from this term, and then you see them from the last term. Are they going to stay there?
Yeah, you'll have access. I'm not sure for how long, probably similar to what you have now in Blackboard. You can always see all of the courses that you're in, just by going to all courses, and you can look at them in a list this way.
So will this also be like your master shell that you keep repeating and make changes in?
Everyone will still have a master for development, and then a real course with students in it. Yes.
And you can transfer.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
Okay.
easy. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It's a
to know.
beautiful thing. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. And you can search your courses. I don't know about you, but I found the Blackboard search to be really, I could never find anything. I felt like I was always stumbling around in the dark, but it's just
Yeah.
really easy to find courses. You type in the name,
Right.
and there it is. Boom, it pops right up.
Okay, that's
So,
nice.
Yeah, it's super nice. It's super
Okay.
nice. So, and then cool things too is I know that we're well over time. So if you have to go, you can go. But and I should probably not. I'll stop now because I could just keep going. But there are more cool things that I want to show you right this second.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peg.
You bet.
Yes, thank you.
You bet. Reach out anytime with questions. You know where I am. Email is Margaret_Checky, CHECCHI @rush.edu.
We got you.
All right.
Take
Take care,
care.
everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.